Hey, what's up? My name is Ruben. I'm from Inglewood, and I roll with my boy Ish and the rest of our little family called VolksFamilia. This is my 1962 Volkswagen bus, straight out Patina bus, found in the middle of the desert in New Mexico. I found it about 2 years ago and got it shipped. The story behind this bus was literally buried, almost, you could say the whole rear part of it. And that's what she got her name Titanic. She was literally just sunk it in. What got me into Volkswagens was I was in high school and there was this dude living in the garage we had in the backyard, and he was convincing my dad to find himself a Volkswagen, and my dad was like, okay. So this co-worker of his drove one. It was a 70 Super Beetle. And one day the guy showed up to work, walked me, and I was like, what happened to your bug? He's like, it blew up. He's like, oh, what are you gonna do to it? You want to just pay off 2 parking tickets that I owe, and it's all yours. He's like, okay. He brought it home, and I was like, I got you your first car. I was 15, 16. And I was like, that? I don't want that. The thing is ugly. He's like, oh, well, I ain't gonna get you a new car. You either take it or you roll in the bus. I was like, whatever. So I was working in the summers. He helped me out a bit. You could say we pimped it out a bit. We painted it blue with silver, and I had these Paisa looking LA logos on the side of the doors, you know. And Ishmael, at that time I was barely getting to know him. I will always follow him. We worked almost on the same street, so every morning I would see him, I would try to catch up to him, and he'll try to avoid me because he was like, some stupid kid driving a Super Beetle.
I think I know Ruben for the last 15, 16 years. The story about his bug, it had a LA logo on the side, and that was a time when I was transitioning from being an asshole to being a humble person, you know. And every time I would go to work, he would pop out and he'll honk at me. He'll be waving at me, hey, VolksFamilia, I follow you on Facebook. And I was like, here comes this kid, damn it. And I'll be like, what's up, son, how are you? Your car looking good. You know, I was switching from my asshole mode to a different mode. And every day, it was like a routine. I would see him and I see him, and I will always give him a high five, you know, because, hey, they're the next generation, right? So I give him a high five. And time went by. I don't know what happened to the car. I think he sold it. And he grew up and he bought an oval. And he calls me up. He goes,
hey, Ish, I got an oval.
I don't know where the fuck he got my number, but he calls me up and shit. And he goes, Ismael, I got an oval window bug. When do you have time to come look at it?
He said, you got a what? I got an oval window. I was like, you think you can help me out, guide me through this, you know? It was like my first actual car that I'm gonna restore by myself. So he's like, I'll be right there. Literally 2 minutes, he showed up in my house.
And I swear to God, I had not even hanged up on my phone when I was at his door. Where's the car? And he was overwhelmed, like, oh shit, he's here. And I showed up and I looked at his car, and he tells me, hey, what you think? How should we fix it? Give me your vibe of what kind of artistic mode you want to go. And I said, you know what? Go with the originality, dog. Just slam it and just fucking go vicious, you know? Just kill that motherfucker. Just stand out. And he goes, go ahead, Ish, do your thing. So he brought it over. I mean, we started fixing it left and right. And I remember like 10 years before him, I made a roof rack that went on the side of a Volkswagen right here. A lot of people will clown me like, what the fuck is that? Like, you're too short, you can't reach. But you know what? Bus had them, why couldn't a bug have it? So I made one, and I put it on this bug. And for some reason, everyone loved that thing, dude. And people started asking who made it, and they wanted to find out if it was okay for them to make it. And I said, dude, go for it, man. You know, like my great grandma told me, you know, the sun shines for everyone. why not let everyone make something out of it? And I say, go, you know what? Run with it, dog. If you can make it better, by all means, you got my permission, dog. You know, we're here to have a good time and make this grow and make it a legend of it. You know, just explode with it, you know, roll with it. And we went from there, and he loved his oval, and he moved into the bus world now, and I can't keep up with him now, man. That kid is basically like my Viagra right now, dude. That motherfucker pushes me to the limit and beyond. I mean, there be times I don't want to go places, and he like, come on, another 200-mile drive, don't hurt. And I'm like, son of a bitch. All right, let's go. So I'm proud to call on my friend. You know, Ruben is a dope kid, and I'm proud from where he has come. He is basically the American dream for people that don't have papers, that come to this country and want to do something good with their life. He's a walking testimony of that, and I'm proud to call on my friend Ruben. Thumbs up, Papa. Good looking out. We love you, dog. All right, I'm out. That's it.
Ever since we got this bus here, I stayed at my garage for a few months, and eventually I had the time to work on it. When I got laid off, so we always picked the wrong time to start working on our buses, you know, but it's all good. The whole back part of the bus was completely rotted out. The suspension for the tranny was gone. All this part right here was cut off. My boy Ish was like, hey, let's get this thing rolling. I sent it to my boy Joe Cinco, and he did all the metal work. You know, like, you can't even notice. Put the wheel wells back on, mounted a tranny on for me, and we went from there. Then my boy Chaparro came through, ran all new wiring. He literally built a 1600 dual port out of pieces from motors he had laying around, and he got it to work. We were working day and night for almost 3 weeks.
That's the same motor you got in here today?
No, it's not the same motor. That motor eventually blew, you know. That was a motor built in 30 minutes, so it blew out in it lasted me like a good 6 months, but it took us about a little bit less than 3 weeks. Our goal was to get it just rolling to Prado, and we got it done thanks to Ish, my friend Chaparro. He helped me out with the whole mechanical work, and took it to Prado, had a good time. And right after Prado, Ish was like, hey Ruben, what do you say we take a trip? I was like, where to? He's like, let's do the Treffin. I was like, Treffin? I was like, wow, I don't think this bus will make it. He's like, it'll make it. I was like, all right, let's do it. We took off, all California, heading into Oregon. We had an amazing time in Oregon, heading up to Crater Lake. Some crazy adventures coming down a mountain, 3 hours in the middle of the night, getting hit by a deer, and eventually we made it to Canada. It was a 2-week trip, but when I was already out in Port Angeles, I get a call from work that they wanted me back. So I told my friend Ish, I was like, hey, I gotta go. So I'll roll solo. It'll be a crazy adventure, but hopefully I make it alive. And yeah, as soon as I took off, it was a bright and sunny day. And a few hours later, this big thunderstorm started hitting. Water coming in from the windows. You see this bus, it has no rubbers anywhere. And I had to manage by myself, you know, me knowing so very little about the mechanical work on these cars. You know, it was, you know, a scary moment, but luckily she made it. And once I got back to LA, I waited for them to get back, and we rode to TJ, made it back. The bus ran with no problems whatsoever. Start off, let's go back 2 years ago. When I had the boss to go with Ish on a 3-week build car. We drove all California. First stop was Napa Valley with our other member of Volks Familia, Anthony. We stopped there. From there, we kept going to Mount Shasta, headed into Oregon, the woods of Oregon, all the way to Washington, Seattle, till we hit Vancouver. From there, got a ferry and headed to Port Angeles, and just where the 101 highway started, just all the way down the coast. was a beautiful ride. But last year, the summer, I decided to take out with a buddy of mine named Carlos. And we took off basically the same route, all California, Oregon, Washington. From there, we crossed into Montana. We went to Glacier Park. We camped out there for a few nights. We had a bit of a trouble along the way. Ran over a skunk. Whole bus stank up. Tire blew up in the middle of nowhere in the woods, like 2 a.m. And we were like, damn, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Our spare wouldn't fit. Well, our spare fit, but we had short lug nuts, so that didn't work out. And being stuck in the middle of the forest is not a good feeling, trust me.
At 2 in the morning?
At 2 in the morning.
So what'd you guys end up doing?
We were like, okay, you know what? We're tired. We literally, that whole day, we drove 560 miles from Seattle to Montana. And I was like, let's just sit on the side of the road, take a nap, wait for daylight, and hopefully someone can help us out in the morning. And miracle, I got reception on my phone. Yeah. And I googled the nearest tire shop. It was less than half a mile away. So we put that tire back on, the blew up one, and we just went to the tire shop and waited out. And once we got to our destination, we were up in the mountains. And coming down, the scariest thing happened. The brakes go off on my bus. Going down the mountain, I was like, holy shit, what do we do? I'm just pumping on the brakes, nothing. I just shift a second, hoping the bus will slow down, you know. And I just kept pumping the brakes, hoping it'll stop. And eventually, I don't know what happened, but the bus stopped. It was one of the scariest moments I had in this car, but now that I look at it, it's pretty crazy and fun. Funny at the same time, once you go back and remember it. And eventually from there, we went to Yellowstone. We went out, and that's where we got that shot with the bison crossing the road in front of the bus. We had a good time. The bus didn't quite make it throughout the whole trip, but it took me to the places I want, and I'm good with that. This year, we're gonna get everything ready and do a nice trip. This time, my boy Ish, Carlos, and whoever else wants to tag along, you guys are more than welcome. The more the merrier.
What advice do you have to like younger dudes or kids, you know, anybody that want to get like buy a VW or something?
Good advice will be the advice my friend Juan gave me. It's like, do your own thing. Don't worry about what people say. You know, you always have those people that criticize, like, oh, no, this doesn't take it. Don't worry about them. Do your own thing. That's how you get recognized out there, you know. Like, oh, this thing did. Oh, you did that. That's pretty good. You know, do your own thing. And you'll be good. Enjoy it. Do it your own way, and you'll have a good time. You know, be humble. That's something Age always taught me. Be humble and live on and explore. It's pretty fun. Trust me.